Good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm Mysticle, and today I'm going to bring you the latest in AR and VR news. Today's video has quite a few game news in it, actually, and application news. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Let's begin with the biggest piece of information here. What is the number one thing people are nowadays complaining about in virtual reality? Yes, some people complain about FOV and some people complain about the bulkiness of the devices. However, what a lot of people have an issue with is the actual software aspect. A lot of people are saying, well, we have the hardware, the software just isn't there. We're missing games and apps on the devices, which is why I'm so happy to let you know that the new Meta Quest gaming showcase has been announced. And apparently it's had some interesting things cut from it. Meta has just announced its third annual Quest gaming showcase that is arriving next month, coming only a few days before Apple's rumored XR headset announcement at its worldwide developer conference. Meta is live streaming the Quest gaming showcase on June 1st, a bit unusual for the company as it traditionally holds the annual event in April. However, as we all know, that didn't happen this year, calling it their biggest celebration of the depth and breadth of content across the MetaQuest gaming platform yet. Meta is slated to share over 40 minutes of content, including a brand new pre-show covering game updates and debut trailers, starting 15 minutes before the show begins. Meta says to expect new game announcements, gameplay first looks, updates to existing games, and more. There's also set to be a post-show developer roundtable, which will feature conversation around upcoming games. I know for a fact that people are waiting on quite a few titles. GTA San Andreas VR is just one of those, alongside things like maybe an official Minecraft port and Roblox VR. And there are multiple other titles people are also anticipating. Those are just some of the biggest ones from my comments section. I myself am waiting quite a bit for GTA San Andreas VR. That thing's just gone missing in action. Talking about titles people are anticipating, there's quite a few people anticipating something to happen with Echo VR. Quite a few people are waiting for it to be saved in some way, servers be made open source, or allow us to create some sort of manual server to keep the game alive. Unfortunately, Meta hasn't given us that just yet, but what they have given us is Echo Combat is now free on PCVR before the August shutdown. Less than 3 months before Echo VR's shutdown, Ready at Dawn is granting free access to Echo Combat on PCVR. Previously sold for $10 as an in-app purchase, Meta-owned Ready at Dawn never brought Echo Combat over to Quest headsets, like Echo Arena, remaining a PCVR exclusive via the Rift. Announced in a new blog post, the studio confirms it's granting free access to Combat from May 2nd, until the upcoming shutdown. As for Arena, the Season 7 rewards event is now live, granting rewards from Echo Pass into the night. Sadly, anyone hoping for Ready at Dawn to reconsider its shutdown plans will leave disappointed. Within a brief FAQ, it reconfirms the plan to take down Echo VR servers on August 1st. It's a move that remains contested, seeing comments and questions from John Carmack, the esports community, and the game's fanbase, who actually flew a massive banner over Meta HQ asking Zuck not to kill esports. But unfortunately, all of this seems to have gone not necessarily unnoticed, but the game still seems to be shut down on August 1st. And I am really sad for this, as Echo VR was a game that I could always go back to. And when I wasn't one of the most hardcore gamers of it, it is a game that I actually started off with when I got my CV1, and it's something, again, that I could always go back to, maybe with you guys on a live stream, and something that I could enjoy. It's going to be really sad not having that title to come back to, unless we manage to somehow save the servers, which would be fantastic. With that, let's move on to the next piece of news. Now let's go back to the fact that Asgard's Wrath might be coming to the Quest in some way. Jumping back right into that, the promo video for the Quest Gaming Showcase seems to suggest just this, or at least something from the universe of the exclusive Asgard's Wrath of 2019. Now, I don't personally think we're going to get a direct port of Asgard's Wrath on the Quest platform. The game came out in 2019, and I think that if Meta is going to be giving us some form of Asgard's Wrath something on the Quest platform, it's going to be either a newer version of the game or something entirely different, just something alongside that universe. And reading right here from Road to VR, they seem to think the exact same thing. And they say universe and not direct port because they simply can't tell for now based on the first few seconds of footage, which seems to show Loki's helmet with what appears to be a shadowy godlike figure in the background. What suggests the promo may not be a flat-out Rift to Quest port is the desert environment. If you've ever played Asgard's Wrath on Rift, you may remember some post-credit sequel bait, where you'll find an Egyptian ankh that suggests a follow-up will take place in an Egyptian-inspired environment. Meta largely abandoned PCVR gaming almost immediately after releasing the Rift S and Asgard's Wrath in 2019. However, after devoting its clutch of VR gaming studios to produce content for Quest and putting the kibosh on a direct-to-Rift sequel in the process, maybe the next in the series will live on as a Quest native from the get-go. Now, while this certainly might be the case, they might be looking to start an entire different series based on Asgard's Wrath or in that same universe right there on the Quest, it would be interesting to see whether they could make it a PCVR port as well, and possibly make them crossplay, maybe multiplayer, who knows? Because I, for one, am actually quite upset about Meta abandoning PCVR. While I do love the fact that they're working on standalone and bringing VR gaming to the masses, basically allowing anyone to play VR without the need to have a powerful gaming PC, those of us that do have a powerful gaming PC would love to be able to, utilize that power, get those nicer graphics, get better fidelity, maybe larger open worlds, things like that. I mean, standalone is nowhere near the power of a powerful gaming PC. Yes, we keep pushing more and more power out of standalone headsets, and we keep seeing this with every update and every mod that people do to the Quest. It is never going to reach the fidelity that you can get with a graphics card. I really think that it's unfortunate that Meta seems to have completely abandoned that part. The Oculus Dash hasn't been updated in basically forever on PCVR. Oculus Home looks identical since the Rift launch, and it's still an incredibly buggy mess, at least for me. Personally, I've heard it works for some people. However, for me, the Oculus Dash works absolutely terribly. And again, it doesn't seem like it's been touched since the Rift. All the updates that are here seem to be going towards the Quest, and the Oculus Dash, Oculus Home software for PCVR seems largely abandoned. I am one of those people that bought the Rift S when it first launched, and I am one of those people that was left abandoned until I swapped over to the Quest. Now, onto some interesting information from Pistol Whip, as they are ending PSVR 1 updates as Overdrive season begins. Cloudhead Games confirmed that Pistol Whip will not receive further support on the PSVR 1, nearly 3 years after arriving on Sony's older VR headset. Yesterday saw the Overdrive season launch with Shred, one of 5 monthly scenes releasing from now until September. Advising this is coming to the Quest 2, PSVR 2, Pico 4, and PCVR, developers were asked why PSVR was omitted, stating they've made the tough decision to end further support. Cloudhead confirms it's one of the big reasons why Pistol Whip supports cross-buy with the PS5 VR headset. Hi, all content up to and including contracts are still available. However, our team has made the tough decision to end future support for the PSVR 1. This was one of the big reasons why we ensured Pistol Whip would be free on the PSVR 2 for anyone that already owned it on the PSVR 1. And to quote from their Twitter, new scene alert. Are you ready to fly high and shred the sky? The Overdrive season starts today. Shred is now available in arcade for heroes on Quest 2, PSVR 2, Pico 4, and PCVR. And while I do seriously appreciate the fact that they included that cross-buy, included the fact that if you bought it for the PSVR 1 and ever wanted to update for the PSVR 2, you'd have the game free. That is absolutely fantastic. I do wonder why they're ending PSVR 1 support to begin with. They're continuing standalone headset support for things like the Quest 2 and the Pico 4, and I just can't imagine those being more powerful than the PS4, which is of course the device that the PSVR 1 was created for. I know that there had to be some reason behind it. Older devices do just lose support. That is something that happens over time and is inevitable so that the company can continue working on newer devices. But let me know your opinions down below. And finally, I have a piece of news for those of you that play Horizon. Now that Meta is opening the floodgates to Horizon to teens 13 and up, they're also testing photo sharing with Instagram and Facebook. Photos and videos from Horizon Worlds are now directly shareable to Instagram and Facebook. Released as part of the V108 update, yes guys, we are that far ahead with the updates. Now this is just a Horizon update. Meta announced that Horizon Worlds users can now directly share photos and videos videos to Instagram and Facebook stories. However, you may not have access just yet. Meta states that because this feature is being tested, it is only available to about 50% of people, adding that we hope to expand to more people throughout the month of May. Sharing photos is available through two methods. You can either select one or more image/videos from the media gallery, press the share icon and select the platform of choice and click share to send them, or you can hit the share icon on your Horizon camera. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone still remembers that infamous selfie that Mark Zuckerberg took in Horizon. And while I do see the benefit and the love people have for taking pictures in virtual reality, I still feel like a lot of people that do so in Horizon might get memed on, essentially. I don't think there's a better word to say it. I know that there's a lot of people out there that love Horizon, and I'm really happy for you guys. There's a lot of people creating incredible content inside Horizon. And honestly, I have absolutely nothing against Horizon myself. I don't spend a lot of time in there, but I'm not gonna dunk on the people that love playing in Horizon. There's no denying the fact that images taken in something like VR chat, for example, with custom avatars that are incredibly detailed, can look beautiful. In fact, there's photorealistic worlds inside VR chat where you can take images and videos as your VR chat avatar, and then you can post that on social media if you like, and it's going to look absolutely incredible. It looks like real life, or sometimes with RTX on reflections, all the good stuff, like all the fur on people's avatars, like all the little hairs and details. It can look absolutely incredible. With Horizon, you don't really have that. It's very simplistic, very minimalistic. I'm not entirely certain where I'm going with this. I'm not trying to dunk on anyone that plays Horizon. Have fun in Horizon, guys. That is going to be it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please do leave a like. If you disliked it, I guess this button works too, but let me know why down below. I'm sorry if I look tired. I'm sorry if I look dead inside. I've been feeling really tired recently. Anyway, if you guys want to join the community, check out the Discord, check out the Reddit down below where I want to see you posting your spicy memes. And thank you so much to all the lovely names going off to my right. Those guys are my Patreons, and I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are helping me out in this moment in time, so much love. And thank you so much to anyone else supporting the channel in any way, shape, or form. And as usual, if you want to be notified about your content coming up on the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button with your forehead, ding my bell, and see you again in the next video. Peace.